Hi, everybody. Yes, I hope you're ready for the best version of the game. Forget about the PlayStation. Forget about the Xbox 360. No. Those runs are bad. And I'm not alone, for I have brought Pippy with me.
Hi, I'm Pippy. I've never run this game, but I was told that the code gets broken, and I like it when the code go breaky.
Indeed. So, we're going to be breaking the game a lot, so much that the committee hasn't seen me break it like this yet. So, without any further ado, in 3, 2, 1, let us begin the run. So, you might have noticed that it says Alucard any %, but you may have noticed that I clicked on a completely different character. Did I mention we're going to break the game? And this is how we're going to do it. Now, typically, the run doesn't actually start until we gain control of Maria, but for the sake of simplicity, we're starting the timer when I said, let's start the run, and here we go. So with Maria, we're going to dash kick at all times because we can't actually kill wargs with standard kicks because she only does 31 to 32 damage, and I think they have like 33 HP, but a dash kick guarantees a kill, plus it allows us to skip the ghouls if they come up, as Maria is kind of a glass cannon, unfortunately, as we keep going here. Just dash kicking along to our final warg, and we're good. We are then going to gravity jump up twice. She can do it infinitely, of course. She also has a triple jump at her disposal. And then we're going to run into the save room, but we're going to try to jump into the save room because you would keep your momentum that way. Just running into a save room, you lose all your momentum, so you'll start walking. Then we are going to reset the game by pressing ABC Start. Then, once the game screen comes back, oh hey, it's the title screen. Pippy knows about title screens. And then we're going to load it in again, but reset it back to the title screen before the load screen pops up, because now comes the part where we trick the game into thinking we're still Maria when we're actually Alucard. So we are going to have all of Maria's stats: 200 MP, 200 HP, the ability to carry 1,000 hearts but only have 100 at our disposal, the dragon helm, and every relic in the game. So here we go. And we need to turn on specific ones. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. That's what I wanted to do. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are going to go up into the corner. Very important to go up into the corner, so that way we can get into the alchemy lab. If we go straight up, we go into a, into the save room Maria was just in. And if we go down, we would go into a teleport room. We are then going to wing smash. Also, one of the great differences between the Saturn version and the PlayStation/Xbox version is that you can wing smash infinitely without having to put in the inputs every time. It's only when you untransform or bonk, or if the skeleton gets in my way.
While you're talking about the different versions of the game, this character confusion glitch where you are both Maria and Alucard at the same time in different ways, it is in fact unique to the Saturn version, if I remember correctly. You want to talk about that?
Yes. So the reason it's exclusive to this version is because of the portrait system at the beginning of the game. However, it doesn't exist in any of the other versions because Maria is playable in the PlayStation or PSP version / PS4 version. However, it's a name system there, so you would put the character name as Maria or Richter. But because of the portrait system, we're able to do this trick. Of course, Maria, for about, I want to say 6 years, was exclusive to the Saturn version as a playable character, and then was in the PSP version. So that is how we can do that trickery. I guess they just were like, we're just going to do a name system and take the portraits out completely. As we go into the chapel here, Again, the Godspeed boots are also exclusive to the Saturn version. There's actually quite a few things exclusive, such as two exclusive areas, 2 exclusive weapons, the Godspeed boots, as well as a exclusive boss that we won't see. We won't see any of the exclusive areas, unfortunately. Typically here you want to do gravity jumps diagonally for the fastest method, but for consistency I just fly up. And then please wing smash, thank you, which is a 3/4 circle motion. As we continue, diagonal gravity jump to get up here, and we're on our way to the first boss here as we continue to kill. Levels, you don't really want to see them because they cost about a half a second of time loss. However, it's always good to be prepared by having enough levels for the final boss fight. I'm going to Tetra here, even though that is a little bit dangerous because of mana consumption. A Tetra spell is 4 spirit orbs come and hit the enemy for an X amount of damage. We don't transform in the bat when we're doing transition screens like this because we will turn back into human Alucard at that point, so we're always going to wait every time as we continue here. Don't want to go too far to the right because that's a save room, which can lose us a huge amount of time. However, if you are going for world record strats, and we're talking sub 8 minutes 30 seconds here, we actually do go into a save room for a 1 in 300 chance perfect frame trick to give us an item that does take a 1 in 300 chance to be guaranteed. It's a bit ridiculous how broken this game or how cracked this run has become, because around the time of the games list being announced, a lot of players started running this category, and it's absolutely broken now. So there we go, we're out of bounds. Do you all want to see the moon again, though? I think so, right? So let's go see the moon again. So here we go. There's the moon. In the wall?
Yay! It's coming to Crush Termina!
And there we go. By running, 1, 2, 3. Every time, it'll work. If you run into the wall, then crouch jump, and then backdash 3 times.
If you want to talk about what that trick just accomplished, because that was a very precise setup, and also, there's some things were a little funky that you were in the void with the moon.
So basically what this does is it allows us to get into the second castle, but instead of being in the reverse throne room, we're in a little bit ahead. So that's what that's doing there. We are now going to clash with the enemy that can drop the Masamune, which is that 1 in 300 chance item that I mentioned. And it allows us to basically kill Shaft and Dracula in under 2 minutes, which is why it's so important for the run and why they do the frame perfect trick with the save room and the resetting of RNG, because again, it saves a ridiculous amount of time, which is how some runners have under 9 minutes. There are only actually 2 runners currently that have under 9 minutes. As we continue here, wing smashing allows us to kill the Panthers because, again, we are severely underleveled right now for this part in the game. So it is something that we have to be careful of. So here we go, one more time, untransform, we're in a bit of trouble. I cannot attack any of the Panthers anymore because I do not have the strength to kill them. So we're just gonna take the damage and get through, backdash out, head to the bottom to get a mana prism to refuel our mana because we will need enough mana to hit Shaft, because the way we hit Shaft if we don't have a Masamune is to use the Tetra spell. So right now I'm going to equip the 2 potions I have. That's also why I have the Strength potion currently, for Dracula specifically. Also, apparently we have a Javelin that we won't be using. Oh no. So we're going to fly up to the top here for another glitch very similar. So remember how I went out of bounds with the moon and everything? Well, to do that, you want to hold forward as you're backdashing. Same thing with that spot. And then we're going to gravity jump 7 times up into another part of the reverse chapel into reverse Colosseum, where a bunch of Minotaur and werewolves are going to be. Fun fact, the Minotaur and werewolf fight don't actually exist because any bosses that have a cutscene don't exist for Maria. And remember, the game still thinks I'm Maria, despite the fact that I am Alucard. And because Alucard doesn't enter a save room as well, the game is freaking out the entire time. And if the incentive is met, I'll show you how it's still freaking out. So there we go.
Speaking of which, Javelin, how are we doing on the incentive?
Actually, I'm glad you asked. We met that incentive right before the run started. We met it 100%, so you're going to get to show off how the game is still freaking out. So
let's
get
break
ready for that one.
things.
Always with the breaking things. Of course, with the world record strat, we no longer have to worry about that because the second he enters a save room, the game stops freaking out, which, depending who you are, is either really sad or really cool. So there we go. Again, 2 backdashes and a double jump generally will get us up here. There is one more glitch we're going to perform, and that is to find a dead pixel, because generally if you play through a casual playthrough, once you have all the relics of Vlad, you would listen to the clock ding 13 times. Well, that's a little slow for our liking, so we're gonna go find a dead pixel in the middle of a ceiling in 2 rooms away to skip that. So here we go. We're in the other room, moving up. There's our dead pixel. There
Balls
we
aren't
go.
real.
Bonk. Typically you don't want to bonk, though it's not the end of the world if you do, as we go on up into
Listen, I love bonks.
the next room. And then we're going to try to go for what I like to call the swag strat. Nobody does this except me because I like being swaggy, so that's what we're going to do here. So what I'm doing for the swag is we're going to up, then we're going to untransform, and then we're going to wing smash to see if I transform before he hits the edge, and unfortunately, he hit the edge. What I was trying to do was untransform as he hits the hole. So now we have our Tetras, so that, and then we transform into Mist to avoid taking damage. We cannot damage him in Mist form. The sphere attack that we're seeing there is his most powerful attack. How kind of you to let me punch you, though I do have to be a little careful here because Dracula can kill me in about 3 hits at this point. I said be careful, but apparently I don't want to be careful. Apparently we want to be as risky as humanly possible.
Listen, we gotta keep the viewers on their toes, right?
I suppose. So again, Tetras, and there he goes. He is now dead. And then while this is happening, my mana is slowly going up the entire time. If I was in Mist, it'd be slowly dropping the entire time. So we're going to open the fight with a Tetra after we use the potion, of course, because we need to use the strength potion to get damage on Dracula because he has a lot of HP and we're trying to make sure that he can't go through so many cycles. We're hoping for at least 1 full cycle, but we won't know until we actually start doing damage, so I'm going to try to Tetra here, then meet him, and then I have to worry about his hands. As you can see, 59 damage is not exactly the greatest. Nice crits going in. Eventually, he's going to start doing some lightning, and while he's doing that lightning, we're going to go like that, continue the punching, and then he's going to go for his super attack. This does over 120 damage, so we've got to be careful. Up we go, jump. Tetra one more time, and then the legally distinct xenomorph heads are going to try to hit me. Mist, back to the center, then the magical triangle skill, and then back to the hands. And that is time.
GG's. I appreciate the most efficient method to kill that boss is just punch in face.
Yes. So obviously, he tells his father, "You've been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love." Ah, sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world but loses his own soul? Tell me, what were Elisa's last words? She said, "Do not hate humans, for if you cannot live with them, then at least do them no harm." And Jadelyn, if there's any donations that came in, feel free to read any.
Oh, for sure. We have actually a really special donation of $68 from Miss Truffles. As promised, here's my donation after my Scoot Kaboom run. Also glad to run before a Symphony of the Night run. The Castlevania, Metroidvania games have a special place in my heart. And I'm very curious for this save room glitch incentive. Hope everyone will have a fantastic marathon. We also have $5 from OG Happy Dude. Hey, Abby, I'd like to say thank you for introducing me to Yakuza Kiwami 2's Majima Saga runs. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I could do anything Yakuza, but thanks to you for my new addiction when it comes to speedrunning. As I'm typing this out, my donation was going towards the Save Room Glitch Showcase, but with that being met, I'll put this towards the Screw Attack Glitch. Honestly, I am very interested in seeing that, so let's meet that incentive, less than 3. As a reminder to chat, that Screw Attack Glitch exhibition is at 58%. So if you would like to see that met, go ahead and get your donations in now, remembering to go ahead and select the incentive button at the bottom.
All right. So I believe people want to see how the game is still freaking out. Well, allow me to show you. Unfortunately, there is one room I'm not going to show because we would have to wait for 6 minutes. Or another 4, really. So, pretend I didn't tell you any of that happened and you were like, I want to do another run. So you go in, you delete your save, and then you want to go in, and obviously we start as Maria, right? So, let's start. So we get the load screen, everything is fine. We're just gonna do another run, see what happens. Load screen goes up. Oh no, we're in this room. We cannot go down. We cannot go right. We can't go left. And we can't go up. Also, you might notice that Maria's magic and health are much lower than they were. Well, that's odd. I wonder what else could happen. What happens if we pick Alucard? Because clearly they have different starts, right? Perfectly logical explanation and everything. Well, let's see, shall we? Loading screen happens. Oh no, we're also stuck. And can't go left, can't go right, and also we have vertical wing smashes again. So yeah, that's what happens. If you want to redo your run, you have to turn the console off and turn it back on, or alternatively, you can over ABC start and get sent back here. And then you can press the disc again, and then it goes into this. So there are 2 ways you can do it in case you don't want to turn your console back on and off, back on and off. I don't know if that actually damages the console or not, but in case you don't want to do that, you can do it like that, and now you're ready to run again. And it's all perfectly
Essentially,
fine.
You get sent to speedrunner jail for being too fast and too broken.
Indeed.
And it needs a nap in between runs. Sometimes I need a nap in between runs, too.
Yes, and also something unique to the Saturn version, and no, it's not going to display here because I think you have to wait 20 minutes. Eventually, the game will yell at you to be like, hi, why are you still on this screen? Because there's no noise on this screen. But that being said, that's just how the game continues to be broken and whatnot. Again, you always have to turn off the console and turn it back on. Of course, Pippi, would you like to tell the people where they can find you?
Oh, if you, how appropriate when we're on the title screen. If you want to find me, I'm often messing around with title screens. I'm on Twitch, PippyInATopHat. We like title screens. And Zelda.
Yay!
Where do they find you, Abby? That's the more important question.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Abby's Corner. I do a lot of games and JRPGs soon, as I have about 6 of them to get through. Hooray. And whatnot. Also, shout outs to the Long Library, which is the Symphony of the Night Discord. If you're interested in learning this run, there's a good place. I am also around on the Twitters and whatnot, Discords, etc. and I'd be happy to help you if you ever wanted to do this game. I'd also like to give a shout out to Jadelyn. She is a fantastic fighting game player. Very excellent. Sometimes you can even see us fighting each other. It's great.
Don't tell Jadelyn we're saying nice things about her.
Right.
Nothing.
But yes, she's absolutely fantastic. You're in for a treat because she's the host for the next couple runs as well. And again, thank you for having me again. Yeah, all that good stuff.